It was 1998. I was 37 years old. I'd been working with the forest department for 12 years. There was a fire in the Apalachicola National Forest that summer. The Bradwell Bay area was on fire when all of this happened. The fire was raging pretty bad at this point. We didn't know if we'd ever get it out. That morning, I reported to the command center on Hellengard Station Road to get briefed on what I would be doing that day. So, me and another guy were given the task of driving around looking for animals along the road of the Bradwell Bay area. Animals would make it to the road and usually fall out if they were injured or had real bad smoke inhalation. Our job was to pick them up and take them to the vets at the command center. The vets would treat them and, on some occasion, euthanize the ones that wouldn't make it. So we were driving around the area, heading south, doing about 45 miles an hour, faster than I should have been driving. I was talking to my partner and didn't realize how fast I was going. All of a sudden, we saw a black figure run out of the woods on all fours. It ran right up under my driver's side tire. I hit the animal with both the front and back tires. I was driving a 95 Dodge Ram 4x4, so I knew at that speed I had killed it. Immediately, we thought it was a bear. We got out to pick the bear up and put it in the back of the truck. Upon further investigation, we realized what I had hit was not a bear at all. It was a creature that neither one of us had ever seen. It was about 6 feet tall. It had legs, kneecaps, and feet, just like you and me. The arms hung about to its knee. One arm, as a matter of fact, was down by its knee. The other one was over its head. I had run the creature over under its right arm, across the shoulder blade and over its neck. The creature was covered with hair about 3 to 5 inches long on the arms, legs, and head. The hair on the back, ribs, and chest was much shorter. The muscle definition on this animal was phenomenal. It looked like a prize fighter or one of those guys you'd see in the UFC. We flipped the animal over. The jaw was broken from where I had hit it with the truck. I could see, though, that it had a protruding snout, much like that of a baboon or what you would think a Dogman would look like. It had eyes just like us. The thing looked a lot like a chimpanzee. We quickly radioed into the command center, and they sent out 2 FWC officials out to our location. Within 15 minutes, the FWC officials arrived, and they told us that they never seen anything like it. So we all picked the animal up and loaded it in the back of their truck. The animal weighed about 300 to 400 pounds, which dead weight is a lot. They told us they would figure out what it was and they'd let us know. So we had been contacted by the command center at this point, and they told us to come in and make a statement on what we saw. So we showed up back at the command center, and immediately we were brought back to the back room where we had to fill out an incident report. We were about 10 minutes into the incident report when we were asked to stop and wait, and that there were some people coming to see us. Within 30 to 45 minutes, 2 government officials showed up. They walked us out to the vehicle. They were asking where we ran it over. We told them where it was, and so they examined the area. The truck had no visible damage. There was a black steel bumper in the front. The animal hit the bottom of that, and the tires took care of the rest. There was really nothing on the truck except for the undercarriage. There was some blood and hair. The officials collected the blood and hair samples and put them away. Next, they asked us if we would get into the vehicle. They came in and take them to the location where we had hit the animal. So we complied and got into their vehicle and left with the gentleman. It was a rather quiet ride back out to the spot, and they didn't say much at all except for a couple of exchanges with each other. We showed up at the spot and walked them through what happened. Then all of a sudden one of the guys, I guess the guy in charge, turned and looked at us and said, "Congratulations, fella. You ran over a bear." I said, "Sir, but this is no bear that we hit." He quickly interrupted me with, "You don't understand. You ran over a bear." He then said that every time I tell anybody about this, I ran over a bear. I was never to speak a word about what we actually hit. That I could face charges. My whole retirement could go away. They said I could lose my job and that they would slander me and make me look like a fool. So I looked at my partner and we had no choice but to comply. On the ride back, it kind of struck me as odd that this was an actual government cover-up. They knew what this thing was that we had hit. They had seen them before, and now they were in possession of the body. For some reason, they didn't want anyone to know, and they were going to great lengths to keep it under wraps. The main reason I'm telling my story is I'm hoping one of the other 3 people, my partner and the 2 FWC officials, will come forward. I figure it's a lot harder to silence 4 people than just 1. People need to know that these things are out there and that these things are real.